people of this generation are more globally aware of things going on, and as a result are more accepting of other people and different types of people.
I agree, but I also disagree. I think that because people are, they're more outspoken about themselves, that also people are more, judgmental and very, I think in this day and age, if you don't know somebody and you don't know them very well, then you automatically assume if someone says that they choose to live life a certain way. I think that some people, they don't put themselves in their shoes and they're just quick to judge.
And life back then was more simple, and now with social media, everybody knows everything because everyone's always constantly tweeting or putting it on Facebook, so everyone's more connected to everything that's going on.
Yeah, the technology really just expands.
There's also so many different types of people now. Like when our parents were kids, it was just the basic people, and people weren't themselves as much as they are today.
Yeah, it was very easy to categorize people, and before there were 3 or 4 subgroups that you could organize people into. Now there's more than you can count.
Social media is making it better so people aren't afraid to be who they are, because there's other people on there that are just like them, but at the same time I think it's not the best because you've got people who are seeing the stuff that they're posting and now they're picking on them for it, or so quick to put them down instead of accept them for who they are.
There's so many pros and cons to it. You can go on there and you can meet people from all over the world because of social media, but at the same time, sometimes you feel like I can't put this on there because I'll get ridiculed for it.
Yeah, and people are always watching, so you just have to be very careful.
It's also scary because then you're risking, as a teenager, if you think to yourself, what if a college I want to go to is looking at this? Or what if my teachers see this? What will they think?
Since we're the connected generation, do you think that it's important for teens to volunteer and remain active in the community?
Yeah. I think the more volunteer you do in the community, the beneficial it is to the community, because it's showing other people they're willing to take a stand, I might as well do it too.
Right.
I mean, I've been volunteering in my community for 3 years, and I feel like what I've been doing has made a difference. I've gotten more people to jump in and really just do it.
And it teaches you how to talk to people face to face rather than always doing it over the computer or tweeting. You can communicate and socialize with people face to face, not behind a screen hiding.
You can make real friends instead of just internet friends.
Yeah.
They say that they're their friends on the internet, but when you meet them face to face, they might not really like you.
And you meet people who love the same things that you love, because you choose to volunteer at a certain organization because that's what you like to do.
I think it helps you keep you in your youth. I think the kids are so anxious to grow up now that volunteering, that keeps you with the people you're supposed to be with. You're not trying to grow up too fast. Volunteering, it should make you feel better, and it should make you, see that you're doing something good. And it can help you get other friends to do it, and I think it's just a very positive thing.
And you even meet, when you meet adults there, the people who run the organizations, you make so many connections that can get you to a better place.
I mean, we all grew up in a rural community, pretty rural. Do you think that growing up in this kind of a community is different? It has a different impact on you than it would be if you lived in an urban setting? And do you think that teens experience different things?
I was actually born in New York City, and then I moved up here. And friends that I have down there, they are a lot more involved in a lot more things, and like you said before, growing up way too fast in comparison to me. I go down there and they're talking about some party they were at that everybody was drinking and doing drugs and having sex, and I was like, well, I've never been to a party because no one likes me.
I feel like being in a city setting compared to this kind of setting there's more to do, and it keeps you more active, whereas here there's really nothing, and you gotta try to find stuff to do. So that's why a lot of kids here try to get involved in hardcore drugs and sex and alcohol, because they gotta find something to do to look cool, whereas the city you could have fun without even doing any of that. And
There's more opportunities.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot more opportunity.
I think it can have plus and negatives, but I think that being in a rural community can be very beneficial. I mean, you know everybody, and you can connect with a lot of people. I think it's kind of special when you have you're on a personal level with everybody you're surrounded by.
I agree with that, well, but also same with like urban towns. There's more diversity, so people are not so quick to judge. Like here, if you're gay, you're gonna get targeted instantly. Like I get targeted all the time because I'm gay. But if I was to go to New York City, it's not gonna be no one cares. Do you boo boo kind of thing. Like, no one cares. Whereas here, it's such a big deal. And no one's more understanding.
Yeah.
So
You're just like a number in a bigger city.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be like different because sometimes you want to wear a pair of Uggs, but maybe you're not wearing them because everyone else is. You're wearing them because they're comfortable.
Right.
And it's hard to differ from that because you're just doing the same thing. that
You just
everyone's doing.
need to be yourself, and if you're yourself, I mean, people need to accept. If they don't accept who you are, then I mean, just kind of push them to the side. Just go find other people.
It definitely depends on the type of person you are because some people just want to fit in so bad that they would stay with those friends because that's how they fit in.
I feel like friends do have like a big impact on how you are when you're with them. The more you're with a certain person, you're gonna act just like them, and then it's just, you shouldn't have to feel like you have to be just like them in order to hang out with them. They should accept you for who you are, and like that. If they don't, then they're not meant to be your friends. You gotta find people who are more accepting of who you are rather than what they want you to be.
And even
Go ahead. Being a teen mom, I've noticed that a lot. I mean, I had a huge group of friends in high school. I mean, I walked down the hall and everybody I saw I would talk to. Now I have 2-3 select friends. I mean, my life is a lot different. The choices I make have to be different. I can't just go to the mall or go to the movies or go to a party. I mean, I have to think about my daughter first. And so many of my friends who said, "Oh, I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there." They don't want to spend time with me and a 2-year-old. Things have just changed so much. You text a friend and you say, "Hey, call me," and they say, "Well, why don't you just text me?" I mean, you don't have that
Bond.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bond, and intimacy is not the word I'm looking for, but that
Connection?
like connection. But there's, I don't know, that
Camaraderie.
yeah, together. I mean, you feel together. You're talking on the phone. You know, you're laughing together. I mean, LOL really doesn't count for laughing with
Because you
somebody.
really could just
I
be sitting
mean,
there like,
yeah, like that wasn't funny, but I'm gonna say LOL just so we can keep a conversation going.
Right.